This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. Ah!
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan...
Yeah, despite the brutality that...
They must have had a lot on their shoulders.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position, but their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together again.
That's what makes them the Guardian.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained...
Yeah. I think it's me, Balsif and the others. They all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones...
I know. What they did was horrible, but at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible, so I guess...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans. Even if they did terrible things, they were...
Renwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely...
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I...
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead, in which case the current sovereign of Rena should be...
Yeah, that makes...
So...
Hanfricht Milgras, the former Lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's...
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen...
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's...
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the...
And that never...
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange...
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every... In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things...
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagia, but if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand...
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, Neither of us even knew that such...
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some...
No use standing around here chatting.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said?
Each of us have our pasts. I am
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having
The
taken...
mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too... Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renans sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to get Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria...
He was once my dearest, closest friend. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced... It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social...
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints... Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for...
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of... And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to rescue... But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have... But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand...
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why...
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been dead.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decry. As for what happened after...
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now.
Shion's right. What other Lord would have treated me as you did? You've saved so... You saved me. It's thanks... So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders...
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight. Oh,
I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menethia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not,
If they want to fight, they got one.
it's almost too strong.
then I'll split it open!
Be my guest. Can't get out of there.
Inferno! Radiant
Fury! Front! Eternal devastation! Fire support! Demon Fang!
The enemy feels out.
You'll soon see about that!
Here I come! Orochi Fury!
Locked and loaded!
As a storm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'll heal you
No
all!
chance!
Look sharp!
Damn it!
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Glacial
My
Spear!
turn.
Pierce the evil!
Swallow dance!
Hurricane Strike!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield! Orochi Fury!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by...
Indeed. They seem to recognize us. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few...
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Harem.
I've never seen anything like...
Maybe someone doesn't want us here. And the soldiers are their...
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop...
First strike! Orochi's Fury! Storm!
The earth throbs in pain.
These ones can run rings around us.
Dark!
Hurricane Strike!
Double Demon Fang!
Watch this! One more! Do it! Wait! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
None
Now!
can escape my
Orochi's
hurricane
Fury!
The earth throbs in pain.
Do it! Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Now!
Corruption!
Orochi's Fury!
By the power of on, roll now! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We can really make weapons with this? It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Annihilation!
Orochi's Fury!
I think I'll pass on the handshake. Freeze laser!
Armor won't save
I'm on a roll
Orochi's
now!
Fury!
Denied!
Can't move!
Come on, this one's mine!
Hold on. I'm on. Look sharp.
Hurricane Strike! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Hurricane Strike! Reset
This one's mine.
Here's a healing
I'll finish you here and now.
Not done yet!
Arc Shield! Confiscated!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on a roll now.
That's
Bring
everything!
the dawn! Feel that face! In here! It's on!
Tornado!
Ground and go!
Here, let me help!
Inside me yearns to be let free!
I'll tear you apart!
Can't get out of this!
Glacial Spear! Piercing roar!
Not today!
Black Soul!
Orochi's Fury!
Lion Howl! I'll heal you all!
Piercing roar!
Orochi's
Black
Fury!
Soul! I'll finish you here and now! Thanks, Shion. That frickin' does it!
Orochi's Fury!
Reload! Let the marksman handle
Black
it!
Soul! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Just getting started! Piercing roar!
Orochi's Fury!
Hurricane Strike!
Anything in order is all
Healing
done!
Circle!
Leave the power blade!
Annihilation!
Orochi's Fury! The flame inside is yours to be let free! Orochi's Fury! You pick them!
Here goes! I'll heal you!
Orochi's Fury!
Eagle God! Healing Circle!
Whirlwind Snap! That's
Swallow Blade!
Inferno Prophet!
Hurricane! Burn! Dazzling Annihilation!
Double Demon Fang!
Falling Storm!
Can't get out of this!
Double Demon Fang!
Super Swallow
That'll bring you down!
Orochi's Fury!
days come to
Not
an end.
today!
I'll heal you all!
Orochi's Fury!
These fists have got your name on them!
Healing Circle!
You could use a hand!
Tammy! Flame Fury!
Double Demon Fang!
Glacial Spear! Piercing Look sharp! Radiant
Watch this!
Rising Sun!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Savage roar!
Make it right! Jolene! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
I can feel my power growing!
That's far enough!
Feisty one, eh?
Carve through armor!
Like the ultimate song!
That frickin' does it!
Ignite!
Arch Field!
I'm the true gunslinger around here!
Engage it! We're not finished!
Here's a healing
Make it right!
In an instant!
Impact block!
Here, let me
My
help.
turn!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Far enough! Humbly to me!
Eternal devastation!
Do it! Kisara! I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life!
My turn!
Rise and ready.
Stardust!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
dispose of the trash.
You got spirit! You picked the wrong fight! Damn it!
By the power of flame! A showdown between blade and fist.
Now you'll learn!
That frickin' does it! Armor won't save you! Where are you going? This one's mine!
Flush!
Orochi Fury! Swallow dash! What's this? Eagle Assault! Here, let me help!
Burn in hell! Damn it! Orochi Fury!
Do it! Get toasty! Burn strike! Take it!
My turn!
Go!
Orochi Fury!
Not on my watch! Mega Ray! By the power of water!
Try this! Damn it!
Win!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Swallow down!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Searing
Now!
tempest! And
Orochi
next time
Fury!
win! Dazzling spin! Flare tornado!
Take this!
Flight! Super swallow
Can't
dash!
get out of this!
Talon storm!
Make it rain! Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Any injuries? Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Get lost!
Win! You picked the wrong fight!
Switch to offense!
Orochi Fury!
Grind and rend! Swallow
Swallow
dash!
blade!
Burning!
Try this!
Roll
It's
now!
time to cross blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Orochi Fury!
No more play
Can't
tonight!
move.
Don't leave me! Look sharp! Burning! This one's mine! Eagle Assault!
There!
Piercing roar!
Take this! Dark blade!
It's over! Searing flame! Here goes! Just getting started! Flame of fury!
Stardust!
Here goes! This freaking does it! Flaming meteor! Spread!
Swallow blade!
Laser
Try
spear!
this!
Pierce evil!
It's time!
Hurricane foot!
Take this!
Freeze
Orochi
laser!
Fury!
Unguard! Talon storm! Lightning round!
Inspiration! Not today!
I could do this all day!
Orochi Fury! Swallow down!
Fly! Instant!
Now I'm in the groove! Infernal Fury! Here I come!
Going in!
I'll crush you!
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! This one's mine!
Glimmer Dragon!
Unguard! Eagle assault!
Orochi Fury!
Infernal
No.
crossing!
Can't end here!
Come on! You have to hold on! That brings you back from Death's Abyss! Hurricane Laser spear! Pierce evil!
Now you see what I can do!
Not done yet!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Orochi
Laser!
Fury!
Dust to dust!
Double Demon Fang!
Now I'm in the groove!
Here goes!
Talon storm!
Try harder!
No! I won't give in!
Let me out!
Orochi Fury!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
How about this?
Fear brought
By the power of water!
This one's all mine! Not today!
Water!
Orochi Fury!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Radiant here!
Dark Wind! Flush!
Will this help?
Infernal Torrent!
Make it rain!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
I won't forgive you! Here goes! Radiant here! Swallow! Watch it! Here's a healing art! First aid! That'll bring bring you down.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf.
Here I come!
Shattering pieces! Attack time! Time to shine!
You picked the wrong fight! Orochi's Fury!
Just getting started! Leave the charges to me!
Here I come! Orochi's Fury!
Far enough!
Orochi's Fury!
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike! My turn!
Here we go!
Lost my rocket!
After all the pain.
Infernal Turret!
Confiscated.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Here, let me help.
Orochi's Fury!
Do it!
Thanks! Orochi's Fury! Burn in hell! Orochi's Fury!
Crescent move!
Can't get out of this!
Risen Tentacle!
These fists have got your name on them!
Do it! Time to shine!
In an instant! Impact Block! The flame inside me yearns to be let
I don't
free!
have much left. Hurricane Strike! Eat this! Going in!
Rising Falcon! No escape!
Piercing roar!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Done watch
Now,
this!
get toasty!
Burn strike!
I feel sprightlier than before.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll...
Looks like trouble with capital C!
Together we got this! Bring it back! Take this!
Anything wrong is all mine!
I'm going in!
Eat this! Enough done! I'll finish you here and
Eternal
now!
devastation! Burn it hell!
It's weakened.
This ends now!
Fire support! Do it!
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Not a chance! Not today!
Resistance.
Look sharp! Azure Storm! Orochi's Fury! The flame inside Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now! I'm on it!
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
There's always room for improvement.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Eat this! Take this! I'm not done!
You think that shield will save you?
No further!
Now I'm in trouble.
Healing art. Lightning. Down.
What's this? I'll smash you!
First aid.
Release that!
Radiant here.
This one's all mine!
Time
Not today!
I'll finish you here and now! Now I'm in the groove! That's
Fire support! Hold that! It's turret! Now! Here I come! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Burn it hell! Thank you, Eternal devastation! Release!
Flaming meteor!
I'm mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Not a chance! Orochi's Fury! You're
Where are
mine!
you going?
It's on! Not today!
Do it!
Scattering! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I feel sprightlier than before.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous... Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to indulge noodles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the super, then we get some answers. Aim for the weak spot.
Discharge! By the power of water!
Burn!
Unification!
Infernal turret!
Mega Ray! Hurricane Strike! I'll tear you apart! Now in the groove! Mega Ray!
Fury!
Ground and pound!
Now or never. In a bind.
Talon Hurricane!
Orochi Fury!
Eagle Fly! Together. Lunar Aura! Here I go!
Eternal devastation! This one's all mine!
Ground and pound! This one's mine! This one's
Orochi
yours!
Fury! Burn!
None shall escape my judgment! Deathly Spin!
I'm on it.
Infernal turret!
Whirlwind
Orochi Fury!
Here goes! I'm not heal you all! It's weakened now!
This ends now!
Healing soul!
Orochi Fury!
I'll smash you! I really owe you one.
Take this!
Annihilate!
Eternal
Nothing against my
devastation!
team!
Try this!
I'll stop it! Thanks, Kisara! Explosion!
Orochi Fury!
Hurricane! Lion Howl! Eagle Inferno Crossing!
Burn! Orochi Fury!
None shall escape my judgment!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Water!
Orochi Fury!
Inferno Crossing!
Here I come! Orochi Fury!
That'll bring you down!
No further.
Shield and mace!
Try this!
None shall escape my
Infernal
judgment!
torch!
This one's
Orochi
yours!
Fury! Try harder!
In here! Here goes!
Finest.
Stay away from my... Here I come! This one's all mine!
Need to pull myself
Switch
together.
to hybrid!
I'm all stuffed up. I'll bring you back.
You're
from
mine!
this.
Orochi
Far
Fury!
enough.
You picked the wrong fight!
Healing strike. Eat this. Need to pull myself together.
What is... You see what... Hey, you okay?
I can still do this!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Precipitation.
My turn! There are springs left here!
Flame of fury.
Not no way! Try this! Infernal Fire!
Tiger blade. Glorious laser.
This should do it!
I don't heal you all. Healing. I never miss. You have to hold on. Need to pull
Blade!
myself together.
I owe you one! Infernal Fire!
Are we in over our
Be
heads?
strong! Come on! Not over till it's over!
You're right. We've made it this far.
Ready to go.
You're mine!
Piercing roar.
Orochi Fury! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Orochi Fury!
I'm almost impressed.
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get ready.
Ignite!
Talon Hurricane.
Orochi Fury!
Eagle Flash. You hear it now.
You're mine! Try this!
This one's mine. Denied.
Here comes something big!
Try to dodge. Here. Anything in armor is all mine. I'll heal you all. Whirlwind
You're mine! No
Healing
escape!
circle. I hold it. Hurricane. A freezing storm.
Now I'm in the groove.
I
This
fly.
should do it!
I let the marksman handle this. This one's mine. Black
Ignite!
Super Swallow Day.
No!
Guardian
Can't
Shield.
end here!
Don't give up. Healing circle.
This should do it!
You made me angry.
That was a bad idea.
Try this!
Lightning.
Infernal
Do
Fire!
it.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Now it's just her. Faria! Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to...
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good...
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, as for Faria,
You don't seriously blame yourself for...
somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well, and the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed... As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn... But that's why we're fighting. To put...
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is real.
You can't atone. I know it hurts to hear. But those people are dead. Forgiveness...
So I just forget the harm?
No, the opposite, in fact. Not for those already passed.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can...
That's what living's all about. Being able... Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain...
Only fixing the problem in its stead.
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim. Not for yesterday. And not...
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve.
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest...
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Faria was...
Certainly seemed that way.
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet.
Brainwashed or otherwise.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back.
It does tell us one thing, at least. Someone here in Lenigan...
There's no question. That attack...
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a...
What is it, Rinwell?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral...
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.